on this computer. Enlarge, and okay. Okay, so our skill is how to use ed and ing adjectives correctly. I'm sure all of you have heard of, some ing, let me say adjectives have used, heard about, heard of, heard them used, some ed adjectives and ing adjectives, right? I think all of you guys are familiar with these adjectives. So we just have to be careful. We have to understand these adjectives, okay? They're not the same in meanings if they are ed or ing, okay? So when I say cleaned, it's as an adjective. Is it like cleaning? Huh? So when I say, a cleaned car, okay? Cleaned car. It's an ed adjective, by the way. It could be used, you know that? Is it like cleaning? I can't say car, of course, cleaning car. Okay, I can say a cleaning device, and a cleaning device is like, the vacuum cleaner. ممكن ست الكهرباء cleaning device أداة بتنظف, like the vacuum cleaner. I cannot say, if I say cleaned device, that means it's clean. It's clean, not that it does the cleaning, all right? So if I put the verb, sorry, it's not a verb, it looks like a verb. The adjective, which looks like a verb, which has ed to it, before any noun, it means I am describing that noun as it was cleaned, and it's clean. Okay? So when I say the cleaned mug, see the mug? See my mug? Is it beautiful? It has Mexican flowers. See? So anyway, if I say clean, that means someone cleaned it for me, and probably it was recent. I'm describing it as clean. I can say clean mug or cleaned. Cleaned means that someone cleaned it, and so I'm describing it in that kind of way. Okay? All right. Can I put cleaning before the word mug? No, because, the mug does not do cleaning. All right. That's what I want you to think about. All right. Yeah. So you must understand the meaning. So with adjectives that have the ing, if you want to use them before nouns, it's fine. But make sure that the noun they precede can do the action. That is in the ing. Did you hear what I said? So if you want to use the ing adjectives before noun, that's fine. But they cannot be used before any adjective, any noun, I'm sorry. These nouns that have ing, they must be what? Used before nouns that can actually do this ing, this action that is in the ing. All right? But, adjectives that have the ed, are usually objects, most of the times, honestly speaking, because someone performs the action on this noun. يعني شخص ما بيقوم بهذا العمل على هذا المسمى اللي هو غالبا بيكون object, guys. ممكن يكون baby, like the cleaned baby, okay? But it wouldn't be nice to say the cleaned woman. Do we say it sometimes? Probably, but there are exceptional cases in which such, a sentence might be used. It's not common, it's not correct, it's not polite even to say, all right? Because we say the cleaned lady, that means this lady is probably invalid. Invalid, guys, yani someone who is not even like a regular human being, maybe very sick to the extent where this woman or this person needs someone, to look after them like a child. Okay? That's why, generally speaking, we do not use these, let me say, adjectives of ed, look before what? Nouns in this kind of way. All right? So usually this is used before what? Objects, or maybe a baby. It's fine. All right. Yeah. So let's go and take a look at what this, skill is all about again, according to, the book. Verb forms ending in ed and ing. So they are originally verbs, guys, right? So when you say cleaned, it's a verb. I cleaned the house, right? But look where it's positioned in my sentence. I cleaned the house, as a verb. So we call it here a verb, and here it was in the past, right? But sometimes, these verbs function, أدائهم, دورهم, as an adjective. See, they can be used as adjectives, huh? And even the ing ones, all right? Huh? So he is writing, but what if I want to use writing by itself? Sometimes it's a gerund, guys, all right? Like a noun in itself, a gerund, like writing, al-kitaba. Sometimes it's an adjective. But how can I determine whether it's a gerund, it's a verb, it's an adjective? Of course, guys, I have to take a look at the sentence and, where it is used, all right? In order for me to decide that it is, a noun or a verb or an adjective, all right? Anyway, our lesson is about now, ed adjectives and ing adjectives. I talked to you about, or told you about, how they became to existence, okay? How they originally came into existence. Originally they were verbs, all right? But you can use them. They function as adjectives if you use them in the position of an adjective, okay? And of course, the most important thing is that have native speakers use them as adjectives. If they have, then you're welcome to use them. If they haven't, then you're not welcome. And that's why we have this book, guys. And we have lots of exercises for you to practice, to be ready, because you will be asked about, verbs, let me say, and adjectives and nouns and adverbs that are, in this book. If not in this lesson, they're mentioned somewhere else or discussed in somewhere else. And that's why if you want to master TOEFL, you have to read the whole book, all the examples. I'm sorry about that, guys. Yes, we can't do it. Even us, we can't do it in 2 months. You know that we can't. All right. But you can do it. If you decide that every day you're going to do a little, you can do it. People read the Quran, right? In, let me say, sometimes like 2 days or 3 days. I don't know. I don't. I'm sorry. Okay. But some people do. They're very good at that. And you can be as good with the TOEFL. All right. So, for example, the verbal adjectives cleaned, and cleaning, these are adjectives, we want to think about them as what? Adjectives now. They come from the verb to clean. Of course, originally they came from there, all right? This verb, clean. So the woman cleans the car. So should they give you first an example, where, it's used as a verb. Look, like the example that I gave you, the woman cleans the car. Here, cleans is a verb and it's in the present simple, okay? Okay, I'm very sorry about this. Where did my where did my screen go? Here I am. Okay, I'm sorry guys about this, okay? But because my laptop is connected to my phone, that's why this accident took place. Sorry about that. I have to disconnect them, it seems, when I have a class like this. Okay, so the cleaning woman, look at this other example. The cleaning woman worked on the car. So take a look, guys. So not just the woman, I described the woman as the cleaning woman, like the maid. Instead of saying the maid, I said the cleaning woman. It's the same, really, all right? It's very common in America, by the way. They don't say the maid. I don't know why, but, my brother lives in the States and he brings this woman, over to clean up, like every 2 weeks. And he says the cleaning woman. I heard him actually say it. So they use it. All right. So he didn't say the maid, the cleaning woman, the cleaning lady, even he said, all right. The cleaning people, they say. Sometimes as a family, that in the States, guys, sometimes families, do this job, not just, it's not just the woman or just a man, like the whole family. It would be the father, the mother, the children even. Can you imagine? They work as a, let me say, a group together, and they accomplish the task. Everybody goes into a room, cleans it up in a certain way, and they bring their, all the cleaning, things that they need, whether it's the mop or, like some kind of rags to clean up, or let me say substances that they need, liquids, I don't know what, they bring it all with them. You don't have to bring anything. You just pay them when they're done. I noticed that, mostly who do that kind of work, those who do that kind of work are originally Mexican. That's what I noticed. So the cleaning woman, so this is just to show you that the cleaning here is an adjective. See, guys, work, this is the verb, on the car. So it's fine to say cleaning. That means the woman does the cleaning, right? So it's very common to have ing adjectives before nouns, which, you know, you know, that are like human, or that do or perform certain actions. Okay, so you make sure that this noun performs this action. All right. Yeah, to accept, you know, the use of that adjective. Look at this. The woman, subject, put, verb, look, the cleaned car. So the car, that means that was recently clean. So cleaned car means, you know, recently clean. Or you could have said, you know, the clean car and just forgot about the word clean. So cleaned was recently probably cleaned by someone. Okay, that's the thing. Back in the garage. Okay, so she drove it. Oh, that's great. You know, she cleans and drives the car back into the garage. That's really good. Very convenient. So in the first example, this one over here, I have discussed it, and then we'll also do the reading here. It's good. Cleans is the verb of this sentence here. Clean, guys, as a verb, it's used, right? In the second example over here, cleaning is a verbal adjective. So what is cleaning here? We call this a verbal adjective, okay? And it describes woman. In the third example, this one over here, the woman put the cleaned car back in the garage. Cleaned is a verbal adjective. So this is what? A verbal adjective, but it's an ed verbal adjective, right, guys? And what does it mean? That this car does not do the action. Be careful, guys. It has it done. It has it done, right? So this reminds us, guys, of what? The active and the passive. Cleaned car. Doesn't this look like passive? Here, this looks like active because this is the doer of the action. Is this the doer of the action? No. So this is like passive. This is like, it reminds us of passive, ed, passive, ing, active. Not exactly the same, but, you know, it has that, you know, let me say, connection, where here the doer is there, look, and here it's not. All right. This action is actualized, ing. This one is probably like, look, see, you know, done in some kind of way. All right. Yeah. So let's take a look at the sentences again. Where are we? Okay, here. Cleaned is a verbal adjective describing what? The car. And cleaned, what is cleaned? The car. It didn't do the action. We're describing it as, you know, clean, right? Cleaned by someone, of course. See, by someone. Someone is not there. So this reminds us of the passive. Verbal adjectives ending in ed and ing can be confused, okay? That sometimes some people confuse them, have problems with them, you know, in the TOEFL. That's why we have a skill. Remember, guys, why do we have skills about these topics and issues? It's because people who, like I said, I always say this, I'm going to repeat it and remind you of it. People who are learning this, you know, language, English as a second language, you know, have made these mistakes, you know, all right, while writing, while speaking, and they were collected in a way where they were, you know, flipped into skills. All right, just to remind you of why, you know, we discuss these topics and not maybe like other topics. Okay. So let's take a look at this over here. And these names are giving me a hard time. Let me just erase this. Okay. So the difference between, you know, did I read this? Verbal adjectives and ed can be confused. Okay. So look at this. The cleaning car. Is this right? Of course not. You know why? Because there's an asterisk over here. But of course it's wrong too. You know, not just because there's an asterisk, right? Or a star, We say the cleaned car, not the clean. Does the car do the cleaning? If there were a car that does, let me say, if there was a car that does cleaning, it's okay if you're talking about that. But in general, it's not used. All right. Like I said, these are rare cases. We're not talking about rare cases, guys. We're talking about things, you know, generally how they are used. All right. We don't say this. All right. Maybe if it was a device, this over here instead of car, maybe, like I said, it would be a vacuum cleaner. Then it will go for yes. Okay. So the cleaned woman, this is also rejected because it's not common. Like I said, guys, right? It's not common. We say cleaning woman. The woman does the cleaning. That's why, okay? It would not be, you know, polite or nice to use such, you know, a sentence on, you know, or part of a sentence, you know, on someone, all right? So the difference between an ed and an ing adjective is similar to the difference between the active and the passive. So it sounds like, you know, active and passive, right? And if you want, you can, of course, revisit, you know, the skills that we discussed before about the active and passive. An ing adjective like the active, means that the noun it describes is doing the action. Of course, look at this, guys, the noun that it describes, this is the does the action, right? So cleaning woman, cleaning is an adjective, describes the woman, but the woman does the action too, right? Yeah, that's what it means. The above example about the cleaning car is not correct. This one, it's not correct. Let's see what they say about it, why it is not correct, all right? Because a car cannot do the action of cleaning. Now, if there is a car that does that action, it's fine. But generally speaking, they're not popular, they're not available. I've seen them in the mall, guys, you know, all right? But I mean, you know, generally speaking, in everyday sentences, they're not, you know, that common. So that's why we reject them here. Okay, guys? You cannot say that a car cleans. They're not talking about exceptional cases, guys. They're talking about the norm, you know? A car cleans itself. Does it? No, it does not. An ed adjective like the passive means that the noun it describes is receiving the action. So when you say, for example, here, guys, the clean car, the car receives the action of what? Of cleaning. Someone does it, right? It's not, you know, the car that does it. Okay. Where are we? You cannot say that, etc. An ed adjective like the passive means that the noun it describes is receiving the action from the verb. Good. The above example about the cleaned woman, this one, we're talking about this now, is not correct because in this example, a woman cannot receive the action of the verb clean. A woman, come on, you know, like a woman like our age, you know, yeah, inshallah, healthy and fine, you know, generally, you know, does not receive this kind of, you know, let me say, activity or action, you know. This person performs probably this action. This sentence does not mean that someone cleaned the woman. Okay? All right. Move. I think we have to go to the next page. Okay, let me just make this smaller because, you know, in order to transfer, you know, to the next page, I have to make the screen smaller or else it won't, you know, move. I mean, there. Okay, let's take a look at the table. We have a table as usual, but I think there's table or a chart, and it says here, the following chart outlines the key information that you should remember about ED and ING adjectives. يعني هاي الشارت فيها ملخص للمعلومات المهمة حول الصفات اللي نهايتها ED والصفات اللي نهايتها ING. All right? So ING reminds us of the active, اللي هو المبني للمعلوم، لأنه معلوم مين بيقوم بالعمل. All right? وED بذكرنا بالباسيف لأنه اللي بيقوم بالعمل does not exist in the sentence. It's not there available. هلا اليوس، اوكي؟ بدنا نرجع شوي، هاي مثال. The happily playing children, playing children. See ing. So I'm describing the children, I'm describing their activity. What are the children doing? They're playing. So they're playing children. أبناء أو أطفال عفوا بيلعبوا. هاي الصفة تبعتهم إنه playing children. That's what they always do. It does the action of the verb. So the children do this action, which is the adjective. All right? Yeah, look at this example over here. The frequently played record. Frequently played record. Record, guys, اللي هي الاسطوانة CD ممكن أو الاسطوانة زمان هيك record قصدهم عن الشريط هذا اللي زمان كان يستخدموه يحطوه ويسمعوا. All right? Record, So يعني إحنا هلا البديل صار الCD, right? Yeah. So the frequently played record يعني هل شريط أو الأسطوانة اللي باستمرار أو بشكل دوري بنسمع إلها أو played معناته إنه نسمعه. All right? All right. So that's the thing. So who frequently plays the record? It's not known. Okay? So هذا الريكورد ماله هذا CD يعني دايما شغال، دايما في ناس بيشغلوه. played record. played مش معناها اللعب هون، معناها guys اللعب. alright زي الأطفال بيلعبوا. play تعرفوا الزر تاع play على لما بدك تضغط وتعمل play معناته start. فplay أحيانا معناها start. متذكرين اليوم أخذنا عن معاني الكلمات. The meanings of words sometimes are determined by the context. Even easy words. اليوم حتى حكينا عن كلمة put. Remember? صح ما كان درسنا, but we kind of began the lesson, the skill. And we said that sometimes some words, يعني كلمة play, oh wow, بعدين حلو إنه هاي الكلمة. You know why? Because play the piano, play the guitar, what? You know, play لعب. Okay, play also means start. All right, play مسرحية. Can you imagine? So it has so many meanings. How can we tell what the meaning of the word is? The context. هون كيف عرفت إنه played يعني إنه بتشغل وبنسمع. All right, you know, هون التشغيل معناها played, okay? وتشغيل بزر start, you know that, all right? So the thing is that a record هو اللي خلاني أعرف. So if you know what record means, مش record, ديروا بالكم, record هذيك الفعل يسجل. هون record معناها أسطوانة زي CD, or you know زمان كان الشريط القديم متذكرينه بجوز maybe شفتوه عند أهاليكم, you know, not used at all nowadays, okay? So that is really, زمان بعدين كان يعني إشي كلاسيك كتير اللي عندهم كمان هذا الجهاز الأسطوانة هيك هالقد, you know. So that was really that was the record. هو فعلا هذا كان الريكورد اللي كانت الأسطوانة هاي الكبيرة, you know there's this piece where you put it on and then it works, and yeah, it was very nice, you know. يعني في طقوس كانت حلوة لهي الشغلات القديمة صراحة. I don't know. I don't think the young generation would appreciate it or like it even, you know. They want the quick click of a button stuff, okay? So it receives the action of the verb. Of course, guys, huh? The record here, هاي الأسطوانة ما بتقوم بالعمل زي هون مثلا تشوف الchildren بيقوم بهذا العمل. هون الريكورد ما بيقوم بالعمل. alright, هو الشيء اللي بيقع عليه العمل. alright, اللي هو هون play تشغل, ها شيء معين. هون اللي هو نفس الريكورد, right? Someone plays the record. شخص طبعا. هون plays means starts it, makes it work, because plays makes it work. بشغل in Arabic we say. That's just how it is. alright, yeah. Okay, I hope that this was, you know, understood, and we need now to move on to the exercises because we need to try to, you know, finish up. Each of the following sentences contains either an ed or an ing verbal adjective. So these have verbal adjectives, ed or ing. Circle the verbal adjectives. We want to circle them wherever there's an ing or an ed. Circle, guys, okay? Then draw arrows to the words they describe. Tell me, this describes what? Then indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. Yes, Dr. Ghaith, we want to listen to you.
I want to answer number 4, if it's
Go ahead.
possible. The empty bottles are to the left, and the filling bottles are to the right. It's incorrect.
Thank you.
We should say the filled bottles are to the right. The filled.
Correct. Thank you so much. This is incorrect, as Dr. Badr said, okay? Because this means the bottles اللي هن العلب you know الأزاز, guys, زي علب البيبسي هيك البوتلز, all right? أناني يعني, all right? They do the action. هل هن بيعبوا, guys? fill معناه يعبي, you know. Do they do the action? Of course not. So this is wrong. دايما, guys, if this does not do the action, ed before it, adjective, okay? And it means طبعا ومعناها ساعتها بصير لما نحط filled ed the empty bottles اللي هن علب الأزاز أو أناني الأزاز الفاضيين empty are to the left على الشمال, and the filled bottles والمليانين, you know, هذا بسوبر ماركت رايح تشتري أنت. زمان هلا بطل في you know ترجع you know, بس I don't know بجوز لحقتوها هاي تاعت إن لما نرجع الأزايز الفاضية, you know, and the filled bottles are to the right. So the filled on the right, the empty, filled معناتها المعبيين. See how you describe them with the ed adjective, those bottles. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Ghaith. Dr. Hiba, then Dr. Asim. Choose, Dr. Hiba. What do you want?
Okay, I want Dr. number 7. The shoppers were impressed by the reducing prices. So reducing is incorrect.
Yeah, it's the adjective. It's the adjective, but it's incorrect, right? That's what you want to say. It's the adjective, but it's incorrect.
Should be passive, reduced.
Yes, it should be reduced prices. Ed adjective. Don't say passive. Forget about passive now. That was just a way to tell you how to, you know, to link it to something. All right. I just want you to understand that it means that the prices, can they do reducing the prices? No, they can't. So not an ing. Always ask yourself, you know, the adjective, if it's an ing, go back here and ask yourself, do the prices themselves do this? No. Then
No.
eat. All right? It happens to them. So the shoppers, thank you so much. Very good. The shoppers were impressed. يعني المتسوقين كانوا مبسوطين, impressed, ها؟ ليه? By the reduced prices. بسبب انه انخفاض الاسعار المنخفضه. هاي معناها reduced, منخفضه. يعني كان 10 وصار 5. Oh wow, والله we would shop all day and night, you know. Yes, Dr. Awesome, thank you so much.
Sentence number 5.
Yes, and it's the last.
For lunch at the restaurant,
We're going
she
to end with
ordered
you,
a
so
mixed salad.
listen, we're going to end with you, so do a great job. Again, what?
Sentence number 5.
Yes, I'm sorry, I made you repeat. Go ahead.
For lunch at the restaurant, she ordered a mixed salad. This is correct sentence.
Amazing. Mixed salad. Good job. So, we have more hands up. So thank you so much. That's good. For lunch at the restaurant. تغدت في المطعم, you know, فترة الغداء شو أكلت? She ordered, طلبت a mixed salad. سلطة هيك مشكلة على كيفكم. All right? Mixed salad. So yes. So ED, why? Because salad does not mix, you know, it's done to it. So it's correct. It's a mixed salad. That's an adjective that describes salad. Dr. Ghait, we're gonna end with you. I didn't make any promises, Dr. Awesome. I just said we're gonna end with you. Now this is the promise.
Okay.
Thank you. Dr. Ghait, you choose the last one.
Last one or
No,
number
no, no,
9?
not the last sentence. I mean, you're gonna be the last person to choose. now.
Okay.
Yeah.
9.
9.
I recently received several annoying phone calls from the insurance agent. Annoyed phone calls.
No, this is correct.
Annoying? It's a
Yes.
correct one?
Yes. Because the call itself was, you know, done by a person. That's why I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Because you would think about the word phone, an object, and calls as an object, but here, no. The
Firstly,
phone
I said
calls,
it's a correct sentence when I
yeah,
read it the first time.
yeah.
I
So you
said it's
felt
a
it was
correct.
correct, but you went
But
through
when
the
I returned
details.
to the rule, I said
Yeah.
it's not correct.
No, it's fine. Thank you so much. So you have to think a little bit sometimes with some sentences. You know, this is the thing. This is how some people don't sometimes make a mistake because of the, you know, like cases where they have this question. Phone calls means اتصالات هاتفية, and they're done by people. Who does the phone calls? Who does it? People. Right? A person does the phone
Yes.
call, right? That's why, okay, you have to ask yourself, is this done by a person? Is a person doing it? This, you know, it's done, yes, because the phone call itself represents a person on the phone. That's why. All right? So it's correct. I recently received several annoying phone calls. ومعناها طبعا شوفوا شباب وصبايا يعني دكاترتنا الكرام, you know, ما شاء الله, all of you guys are young and great, and you have a bright, you know, future still also ahead of you. I recently received يعني من فترة بسيطة استلمت أو حصلت على أو صار معي موقف إنه إيش إجاني received معناها إجاني several annoying phone calls. Annoying, yes, يعني إجاني عدة مكالمات مزعجة. annoying phone calls يعني مزعجة هاي المكالمات, لأنه you know the speaker is a person on the phone, okay, from the insurance agent. بعدين شوفوا مين from who this is to clarify, Dr. Badr, you see, insurance agent يعني من شخص يعني بيشتغل بالضريبة. okay, أكيد يلا ادفع. okay, أكيد ننزعج. got it? okay, I hope that this was clear. Who would want to get a phone call from the insurance agent? Nobody would. All right. Mostly if the you know amount of money that you have to pay is like a lot, you know, that would be really annoying, Kaman. And they tell you have to pay it all at once. Okay, you cannot, you know, like do it monthly, like you know, divide the amount or something of that kind, right? Yeah. So we're done for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed our lecture for today. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. On Saturday, we're going to take a regular lecture, and I'm going to give you a take-home quiz, okay? Have a good evening.
Yes.
Bye.
Homework quiz. Yeah, Doctor.
Yeah, you're going to take it home. Home
Okay.
alone. Home alone, you do it home alone though. Okay, don't
Thank you,
get any
thank
help.
you.
But you have the time is open, but please do not get some help and you do it by yourself. Have a good evening, a great evening. Enjoy the rest of it. Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.